you have a plan to increase security in places like that?
The district has up-to-date and well-tested emergency response plans.
12 seconds remaining, Jackson. Time it over!
This program was produced by Lenape District Television.
Greatest rivalries in high school sports awaits us right here on the Lacrosse turf. It's the Shawnee Renegades and the Lenape Indians duking it out in boys varsity lacrosse action. How you doing, everyone? I'm Jack Watson, joined by Mr. Sam Myra. Now, Sam, what do you see in this one?
Oh, I see a great matchup, a district matchup, two strong quality teams. It's the defense of Shawnee that's going to stand out against the powerful offensive Lenape.
I certainly believe so. We'll be right back after these messages. Don't go away.
Today's game on LDTV Sports, sponsored by Deborah. For care that's extraordinary, demanddeborah.org. Cherry Hill Nissan, home of the friendly Nissan giant. On the web at cherryhillnissan.com. Philadelphia Wholesale Produce Market. All the best, all right here. 215-336-3003. Or on the web at www.pwpm.net. Comegno Law Group, specializing in general and special education law, representing individuals, families, public boards of education, and independent schools. 888-313-IDEA or ComegnoLaw.com. Wilmore School of Gymnastics, where every child is special. In Mount Laurel, 856-234-5292. And in Medford, 609-654-9337. Medford Village Car Care, serving the area's car care needs for 30 years. Located at 11 North Main Street in Medford, 609-654-4023. For information on how your business can become a sponsor of LDTV Sports, contact Joe Malagrana, LDTV Underwriting Manager, at 609-268-2000. extension 8680, or by email jmalagrana@lrhsd.org.
And a very warm welcome from the home of the Indians. It's Richard M. Driscoll Stadium here at Lenape High School. We're going to be watching the Lenape Indians take on the Shawnee Renegades very shortly. But before we do that, it's time for our AXA Equitable Keys to the Game. And AXA Equitable has been providing millions of customers with life insurance, annuities, and other needs-based products since 1859. AXA Equitable, be life confident. And that number, once again, 732-452-7275. Now let's take it to our keys to the game, shall we? For Shawnee, they're going to want to limit their penalties and limit Lenape's power play, really. And for the Indians, they're going to want to slow down the tempo of the Shawnee high-octane offense. And good transitions for both squads, good passing, limit the turnovers, and really end up with a clean game.
Well, that's certainly what everybody wants going in. You know, two highly ranked teams. It's early in the year, though. They're still finding themselves a little bit. But turnovers are a big part of this game, and boy, you can transition in a hurry. So teams need to make sure they get back on the defensive end in a quick way, because both these teams can fly.
And those odd man rushes are really what makes an offense an offense. Their identity in the very quick fast tempo moments is really when their true colors come out.
And that's what Shawnee on the defensive end prides themselves with, that defensive organization they have, and that's where they do return a number of veterans. So it'll be an interesting contrast today.
And speaking of those Shawnee veterans, I believe 10 of them have committed already.
Wow. I mean, that's quite impressive. And that's, you know, a testament to the athletes and a testament to the program and the feeder programs they've come from, for sure.
Certainly an impressive number. As we can see and as we can hear, the wind here at Lenape High School picking up on this gorgeous Monday afternoon. And the Renegades and the Indians still drilling it out, awaiting the start of this game in just a few moments. And now it's time to take it to our AXA Equitable Sideline Report. With John Conlow, AXA Equitable has been providing millions of customers with life insurance, annuities, and other needs-based products since 1859. AXA Equitable, be life confident. That number, once again, 732-452-7275. John?
Hi guys, thanks. Today I got the opportunity to talk to head coach Eric Stiley, and he told me that Shawnee's team has a heavy defense with great talent, but they lack rhythm on defense. He said that some key injuries this year are Mike Shinsky and Dang Wigley, and they are their attackmen. Players to watch today are Curtis Corley, David Smith, and Mike Githens. I also had the opportunity to talk to Lenape's head coach Bill Sutton. He said that most of their team is coming together this year, and their offense is starting to come together this year. He said players to watch are Connor Gaffney and Connor Wolf. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, John. That was our AXA Equitable Sideline Report. And, you know, John mentioned many players to watch, and among those injured is Mike Shinsky for Shawnee, and you might recognize his name from the basketball team, multi-athlete, and Shawnee definitely utilizes their multi-athletes.
Well, they certainly do, and he's just a young man, too, as a sophomore, and he drew a lot of attention last year as a freshman in both sports. So certainly a gifted athlete, and, you know, we hope for the best for a quick recovery for him.
And both teams heading to their respective sidelines, we get a look at this Lenape squad, who I got a chance to see when they played your Seneca Golden Eagles, Sam, and they pulled out a very close victory there. Really got it done in the clutch.
Well, they did. They held on in the clutch because, yeah, Seneca came storming back for 3 goals in the last 2 minutes to pull within 1. But Lenape held strong and held on to the win, and a good one at that.
And a player to watch, in my opinion, on this Lenape squad is Manny D'Alessio, the goaltender, who gets the nod for pretty much all the games that Lenape plays, and he's certainly a player to watch. Flashy moves in goal.
Yeah, and he's gonna get some action today. I think both goalkeepers will today, based on the strength of both teams.
Shawnee has a lot of veteran talent, I noticed, but you can also, looking down the line of their sophomores and juniors, and even some of their freshmen, lots of talent to be seen.
Yeah, they have a deep program, and you know, they do return a number of players. As we said, most of them on the defensive end, and the unfortunate injuries to Wigley and Shinsky, who are attackers. So there's going to be some up-and-coming attackers out there today for Shawnee.
And the opening face-off is almost here at Lenape High School.
And boy, this is going to be a crucial point, is who wins these face-offs, because it's such a big part. You know, lacrosse is such a possession-oriented game, especially when you have 2 quality teams like this. So face-offs are crucial.
It really is, and when you're dominating the passing percentage, dominating the possession percentage, it really shows a lot about your team's ability to coordinate. And a handshaking of the goaltenders, as the tradition calls for here on the lacrosse turf. Getting the nod for Lenape, Manny D'Alessio. Getting the nod for Shawnee is number 25, I believe he's out there, Ryan Miller, who shares the name with a very popular NHL goaltender. Maybe we'll get a performance like that.
Hey, that would be nice to see. Even something close would be quite a feat.
And 2 forwards in the face-off dot for both squads. The referee places the ball down. And a bit of a false start there. Nothing too much to worry about, though. Put 12 minutes on the clock. The first period is almost underway here at Lenape. And they're off. Oh, looks like they're not. As the game starts, Shawnee with possession now. It's David Smith, who we've seen a lot of in the past few years. Offensive firepower.
Absolutely, that'll be a familiar name today, and he wins the first face-off as well.
Now working it around the perimeter, Shawnee trying to get a feel for their opponent here, but looking aggressive was Curtis Corley. Looking to get something done there, but they stick to the perimeter. And now Smith.
There's Smith.
Now trying to get it around. It was tipped by a Lenape defender. And now on the ground was a Shawnee player and whacking at it here. Oh, we're getting a chance to see this rivalry action here. Oh, and checked down was number 18 for Lenape, Mike Krasnodomski. That's going to be costly for Shawnee. As the aggression was just a little much there. Starting out with it is Joe Mercado, and he passes to Matt Smith. And the whistle is blown, and they'll start out with it. Now working it in deep. Tim Montgomery passing it around. They get a feel for it. Very heavy Shawnee defense here. A shot and a save from Miller.
Well, that's a good start by Lenape. They got to move the ball quick. They got a good open look, and you know, unfortunately, shot right up the middle on that one.
Shot on goal, always good though.
Miller up to the task in goal.
Jack Warren now. Oh, and the pass intercepted. Great defense there on part of Lenape. Number 26, Bryce Dunlap there. And now picking it up is Lenape. They're on the attack now. Oh, batted down by a Shawnee player and getting very physical in the middle of the field here. Now carrying it around is Jack Warren. And Warren works it around for Shawnee. And now they're in deep. They've got Mike DiGenova, who is the man to give it around, and as it works the perimeter, it's David Smith again.
Yeah, David Smith is going to get a lot of touches for Shawnee, but don't think he'll be left alone. Lenape's well aware of him, and they have a spot on him at all times.
Definitely, as we see Lenape's Kyle Schreiber playing out very far, trying to contain him. It's Smith again. He's going to swing it around. Looks for the open pass. And Shawnee has it on the left corner. Now Smith looks to shoot. He's going to do it, and it's a save.
Great save at that.
Manny D'Alessio stands tall in net.
Manny came up big because David broke through and had a pretty good look at that. And it was going lower corner. Manny, nice kick save. Comes Lenape in transition.
Mike Hughes now, he'll give to Tim Montgomery. Montgomery wheels around. And he finds Connor Wolf. They'll work it around now. Anthony Brunetti. Brunetti for Montgomery again. Now working with it is Alfinito. Alfinito charges through, and they'll work it around back.
And that's good movement by Lenape, just unfortunately not clean enough to hold it.
And it's Shawnee rushing back. Now holding it away from the reach of Lenape's Liam Baker was Corley. And it's effective as Shawnee's got it in their offensive zone. 4 minutes gone in our first quarter. We've seen lots of offense so far.
We have strategically patient, pretty clean touches by both teams. And both teams certainly aware to get back in transition on defense.
Ooh, and Schreiber lays a check on a Shawnee forward there. And the Shawnee scores! Despite the defense, Stephen Boyle is the one to drive it home. And the Shawnee Renegades on the road take the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, he just got a great first step on his defender, and boy, he had a nice open spot, and he found the lower end.
And Shawnee establishes themselves on offense in a significant way here. The post-goal face-off is won by Lenape's Gaffney. The pass to Wolf, and Wolf will work it around the right side.
It's a good sign for Lenape, coming right back to win that face-off, get back to business.
Smith's got it closer to center field than not. And he'll rush it down to Montgomery. Now Scott Fayen. Lenape's just going to work it around the perimeter here. Trying to get a feel down a goal. Now charging forward is Smith, and he'll just find the open pass. Ooh, and Montgomery having some trouble there, and he picks up the ground ball.
A lot of pressure on him.
And moving on in, the shot is save from Ryan Miller. And now another shot, and it deflects away and out of bounds. Spectacular defense and goaltending from Shawnee.
Yeah, Miller came up big there. Lenape had a nice ball movement, got themselves an opening, and it was Miller that stood tall in goal for Shawnee.
Now Alfinito has it in the center. Chopping away at it is Max Buska.
Just an unforced error there by Lenape.
And Shawnee's got it again. It's going to be Nick Pressler here, and he'll give to Miller.
Miller often leads the attack for Shawnee. He'll come up pretty high.
Now getting physical was Brunetti.
And look at Miller. He's all the way into the attack end. Now he works himself back. That's a huge advantage when you have a goalkeeper with that confidence, because it gives you that number up coming out.
Yeah, and it's got to be very intimidating for an opposite team to know that you're confident enough to send your goaltender out way past center. And now working it in deep, Shawnee again. They'll get another look on offense. The possessions have been pretty much even so far, and Shawnee still has the lead.
Yeah, both teams practicing patience. Both defenses not coming out too far, staying organized.
Boyle, the goal scorer, passes to Smith. Smith pivots, gets back on his feet. Lucas Stroud now moving
Stroud
past the defense,
through.
the shot! And it's high and wide to the left. Shawnee's still got possession. Now it's Boyle. Boyle finds Mike Githens. Now Githens the pass out to Smith. And now in deep is Jack Tyrell. The big windup, and that will send the ball all the way across the field and outside of the turf.
And Shawnee will retain possession. D'Alessio did a good job holding his position there. Shot was off target regardless.
And now passing it out in the corner. Lenape becoming a lot more aggressive on defense now, knowing what's at stake in this rivalry game. Now moving around the shot. Oh, and it's off the side of the net. Jack Tyrell looking to play on the attack, but missing.
That looked mighty dangerous, but just off the target.
Oh, Heavily contested now is Zach Cole of Lenape. Ooh, a quadruple of Shawnee defenders. And there's slowdown in play here, and it's Shawnee ball.
Yeah, Shawnee high pressure defense on the sideline and used that sideline to their advantage. Took over possession.
Now charging down is Boyle. Boyle's got a very open lane. Could he take the shot? He decides not to, as the defense was too fierce.
Very good job of the Lenape defense getting back and not biting on the moves.
Now Smith, the pass to Boyle a little too much though, but he picks up the ground ball. 3¼ minutes to go here at Lenape in the first quarter. We've got a 1-0 Shawnee lead. Now being shoved around now, very physical. The shot, he scores! Oh, no goal. They're calling it no goal.
He was in the crease, I believe.
That's rough for Shawnee as the momentum carries to Lenape High School.
Well, Lenape does a good, quick job in transition.
So the referee waves the goal off after the violation, and it's Lenape ball.
That's a great pass.
Now Montgomery for Brunetti. Lenape's not going to bite, though. As Wolf almost shoved down there, stays on his feet. Moving around the net. The pass to Smith. Brunetti. He can't handle the pass, and now it's Shawnee ball. Picking it up now is Brett Funk. Funk for Miller. It sails over Miller's head, but his defender is there to get it. Jack Warren. Now launching it all the way to center. Ooh, and a big push there from Treiber. And
yeah, timeout was called just prior. With 2 minutes to go, I think Lenape wants to regroup, or Shawnee wants to regroup a little and get a good possession for themselves. The last 2 minutes of the quarter.
And barring a turnover, it appears as though they'll do just that. And now we're going to take a look at our Cherry Hill Nissan replay on the web at www.cherryhillnissan.com. And this replay is of the no goal from Shawnee. The referee waved it off, as I believe there was a crease violation. See, he goes down initially there, and he's in just a little deep.
He is, yeah.
And that's going to cost Shawnee a goal. So with this Renegade timeout, Shawnee looking to regroup on offense, as we said before, but Lenape, is Lenape going to be more aggressive, less aggressive? What do you see?
I think on this possession, Lenape needs to stay organized and not bite at it too much. Because when they bite, these experienced Shawnee players are going by them. So I'd like to see them be organized on defense, be patient, hopefully get the ball back and get an attack of their own to end the quarter.
And now on the inbound, it's Boyle. And Lucas Stroud's got it now. Stroud moves in and passes to DeGenova of Shawnee. Stroud again. He's got Boyle. Boyle looking to move past Treiber. Can't do it, though. And gets the pass into Stroud.
Stroud thinking about it, yep.
Very tempting there, but decides to go the conservative way. And the pass to Stroud. And Stroud will take it on his own all the way up to the top. Now pivots, passes to Boyle. And now Shawnee will work it around. Smith's got it now. Very heavy defense, a wall of 3 Lenape players trying to stop him. And it's back out to Boyle.
We approach 1 minute.
And Lenape throws it out of bounds.
Unforced error by Shawnee and a great opportunity for Lenape to end the quarter with an exclamation mark here.
Good defense from Lenape. They forced the out of bounds.
Yeah, Lenape did a very good job on defense there, staying organized, moving with the attack.
Oh, and he shoved.
Now Shawnee will get another opportunity.
And now a big rip. And it goes wide to the left side. Jack Tyrell looking to do some damage there.
And D'Alessio stood tall again.
And now it's DeGenova to give to Githens.
We're inside 30 seconds.
They've got to work quickly if they want to make this a 2-0 game. And they'll throw it around under 20. Lucas Stroud. Stroud holds at the point. Under 10 to go. Will Smith get a shot off to end it? He does, and a save from D'Alessio.
Well, that's a good stand by Lenape. That's a big confident boost there. Shawnee looking to end the quarter on their offense, as they should, and Smith had a pretty good look, and D'Alessio hung tall, cut the angle, and made a routine save.
So after 12 minutes of lacrosse, it's the Shawnee Renegades 1 and the Indians nothing. Very early in the game, though, Shawnee gets a very good offensive chance and capitalizes on it. They did have that no goal, though, but what we've learned is that they know how to work it in.
Yeah, they do. They're possession oriented, they're patient, and you know, as long as they have that lead, they could afford all the patience in the world, and I think that's what they're doing. They're doing a good job of it. So they've certainly dominated as far as time on the ball, but I think Lenape's done a great job.
And there's our score after one. Shawnee 1, Lenape 0, and now it's time once again for our Cherry Hill Nissan replay on the web at www.cherryhillnissan.com. And now this is a big hit by Kyle Schreiber earlier in the first quarter. Schreiber lays a big hit on. Very aggressive defense on both sides, as we can tell so far. And the opening face-off of the second quarter will be here shortly. And now let's take it back once again to our Cherry Hill Nissan replay on the web at www.cherryhillnissan.com. And this is a big hit from Shawnee's defender on Kyle Schreiber.
Yeah, and that's a clean hit, and that's a strategic move to send him out of bounds, and that's where Shawnee got the last possession.
Seismic hit by Tyrell. Both teams switch sides. And we are almost underway. And they are off a scrum for the ball now. And very physical, being pushed around was Lenape's Schreiber and Gaffney, but now it's Schreiber pulling ahead.
Well, Gaffney did a good job winning that one.
And Schreiber bounces one on the ground. And Miller is there to give it back for Shawnee. Now David Smith pushed down. And there's going to be a whistle now. Gaffney will drop it on the ground, and it's Smith's ball of Shawnee now. Stephen Boyle with it now. Now Githens moving around Gaffney. Gets the pass off a shot. And stopped by D'Alessio. A little bit of a knuckleballer there.
Yeah, it was. It kind of had D'Alessio off balance, but he was up for the save.
D'Alessio playing out now. Dunlap with it now. He gives to Montgomery. And now Montgomery again. He's got it on the left side. Taking his time now as Shawnee regroups on defense. And now Brunetti will trot around. Now Brunetti.
Well, Brunetti with a great look.
Tried to get the one-timer off there, but excellent defense from Shawnee.
Yeah, Brunetti just did a great job breaking his man down and finding his teammate.
And being chopped at now was Nick Pressler. And now it's Jack Tyrell. Stroud again. For Tyrell, he'll work it around to DeGenova. Now Githens. He'll hurry it on in, only to put the brakes on. Now working it around. The shot, and it's wide to the right.
Good shot, and Githens does well to be the first to the end line and get possession for Shawnee.
And now a big shot on the ground from Smith. Winds up in the possession of Boyle, though. And the Renegades will get right back to work. Boyle's got it. Contested by Smith. And now the pass to Stroud. Stroud has it, but gives it away to Boyle, who takes a rip.
Job.
And it ends up behind the net. Now Smith's got it.
It's a long defensive stand by Lenape. Doing a good job.
They haven't let it in yet. DeGenova the pass to Smith. And Smith for Boyle. Boyle will hand it off, however.
Tyrell with the pass back, and that's a good look for Smith, and just wide.
And on the ground it was. As is Jack Tyrell. Tyrell launches it out to Boyle. And now Boyle will pivot. He's got Githens for Smith. Smith back to DeGenova. And Smith again. And he will pass to Githens. Githens looks to get it in.
Githens is so quick and so balanced on his feet.
Big defense from Lenape.
Yeah, he had no stick there, so he's going to lose possession.
And the Indians, after a long defensive stand, get the ball back.
Well, that was about almost a 4.5 minute hold by the Indians. Doing a good job.
Oh,
the goal is
no
open.
goalie.
And
But
it's
Shawnee's
Shawnee.
got it. It's Curtis Corley, who will heave it downfield for Shawnee. Shawnee slams on the brakes, though, and they'll get a chance to dig themselves in on offense. Stoppage of play here, and it picks right back up. And now chasing in is Githens. Oh, and a whistle here. A violation on part of Shawnee, I believe. And substitutions will come on. Some new equipment being passed out to Lenape's players. Almost ready to give it another go, our Shawnee. Around 5 minutes gone here in the second quarter.
And it's been all Shawnee, but it remains 1-0 because of the great job that Lenape is doing on the defensive end, led by their goaltender, Manny D'Alessio.
And now holding, and finally gives it away. Now a big rip from Shroud, and that ends up away from the net. Boyle now. Oh, Smith loses it. Looked like he was going to pass, but it was behind him instead. And they recover.
That's a good handle by number 6 for Shawnee, Tyrell.
Now being pushed is Githens. Now Tyrell has an open look and a save from D'Alessio.
That's a bad turnover there.
Ooh, Mercado didn't know it was coming his way. And now Boyle, the shot, he scores! Stephen Boyle back on the board for Shawnee. It's 2-0 Renegades off the stick of Boyle.
Well, that's a heartbreak for Lenape, Jack, because they held strong for 6 minutes of that quarter. And just an unfortunate turnover put them in the numbers down.
And now let's take a look at our Cherry Hill Nissan replay of this goal on the web at www.cherryhillnissan.com. And we see Boyle race in all alone and pick the top corner.
Yeah.
So Lenape's got it on part of the face-off violation to start off this next drive.
I'll tell you, Gaffney's doing a great job for Lenape on the face-offs, and let's see if Lenape can get a little attack going here, get themselves on the board.
And now Wolf for Smith. And now the pass to Alfinito. Wolf again. Alfinito tries to race around the defense but ends up passing. Lenape looks as though they're going to do the circuit again. Scott Fayen now. Montgomery for Brunetti.
As Shawnee comes up high on defense, put a little more pressure on the ball.
And makes for an easy, fast break. Lenape still got it.
Again, Lenape tries to pull them out.
Now Smith. And we've seen this a lot from Lenape, really. Just passing it around, getting a feel for it, looking for the perfect opportunity to shoot. Now Alfinito. The pass for Montgomery. Loses it at first, but picks it right back up. Now the pass to Alfinito. Looks to shoot.
Oh,
he
well
scores! Lenape is on the board off of the stick of Vinny Alfinito.
Well, that's a good answer by Lenape after the strong defensive hold, then giving up the goal, and winning that faceoff was key for Gaffney, who just dug in and won it again for Lenape. And then a great goal by Alfinito. Great goal by Alfinito.
Now let's take a look at that one again. It's our Cherry Hill Nissan replay on the web at www.cherryhillnissan.com. Oof.
Top pocket.
Yeah. Excellent goal, and we have a flag on the field now as we pick up right back into action. Some substitutions will be made in the stoppage of play.
So it's going to be Lenape with a numbers up situation. And they have a little momentum going at this point, Jack.
Indeed they do, coming off that goal. Now it's Montgomery for Wolf. For Smith now. He'll work it around to Fayen. Fayen has it again. Now Smith. And now Wolf. They'll throw it around again. Looking to take the same strategy. A shot by Wolf and a save, Miller.
Miller did a good job there on the low ball.
And instead of coming out, he'll throw it all the way downfield for Will Kane. And now a fight for the ball. Not really clear where it is, but it is out of bounds. And a timeout called. I believe it's a Lenape timeout now.
Well, if it's a Lenape timeout, then Lenape will have the ball with about 15 seconds remaining on the penalty.
3 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in the first half of Lacrosse. So Lenape possibly mounting a comeback here with a 1-goal game. Vinny Alfinito leading the charge with his goal.
That was a great goal and a timely goal. 2-0 is a funny score, Jack. You know, whoever gets that next one, if it's Lenape, all of a sudden it's 2-1 and they're feeling good. If it's Shawnee, there's a 3-goal separation if they get the goal. So that was important for Lenape, not to fall down by 3 and to cut the goal and deficit in half.
And now let's take a look at our Cherry Hill Nissan replay on the web at www.cherryhillnissan.com. And this was Alfinito's goal again, and it goes off the mask of Ryan Miller. As we see the angle there, it's right off his head and in. And now a save by Miller. We're jumping right back into action here. And now it's Montgomery. Tim Montgomery for Brunetti. And now, after a sharp chance for Lenape, they'll try to smooth it down a little bit as play is slowed. Now Fayen works it in, shoots it, and a save from Miller.
Fayen had a good opportunity. I don't think he realized how good an opportunity. And here comes Lenape right back again on the Shawnee turnover.
And now Brunetti, a shot, he scores! Anthony Brunetti ties the game at 2. A fantastic clutch goal on the snipe from Anthony Brunetti. And the Indians are back in this game. Just 2 minutes and 26 seconds to go before the end of the half, and Lenape builds on their massive momentum.
It'll be Smith and Gaffney meeting up again. And this time it's Lenape again. So Jack, Lenape doing a very good job winning the majority of the faceoffs. There's a Lenape timeout. That's a good call by Coach Suffin.
As they'll try to get another chance in with just over 2 minutes remaining. And now we take a look at our Cherry Hill Nissan replay of the past goal by Brunetti. Now a big time snipe there, just way over the head of Miller. No chance there as there was no defense in front of him. Good chance for the Indians, and they capitalize. Seeing more offense from Lenape here in the second quarter as opposed to the first. It seems as though this quarter is starting to belong to them.
Yeah, certainly the last half of this quarter, last 6 minutes, 5 minutes have been all Lenape.
It's Anthony Brunetti's 12th goal of the season, and it's a big one. And now Lenape will start back with it. It's Bryce Dunlap now, and he will lead the charge for Lenape. Moving in deep, looking to find the outlet pass, can't do it though, and it's Shawnee possession. A whistle here and a timeout for Shawnee as they gain possession.
Yep. It's a chess match right now. Lenape trying to get that last attack of the half, loses the ball, and now Shawnee wins it, gives their time, calls their timeout, and they will hope to end the half in possession of the ball.
Strategic timeouts being placed everywhere in this tie ball game. We're right back where we started, really, except Lenape seems to have lots of momentum going their way.
Yeah, Lenape's certainly built off that first goal that they scored, and they're looking confident at this point.
And the timeout almost concluded here as Shawnee dismantles their huddle. And they'll have the ball on offense. Just under 2 minutes to go. And we've got a tight game here. Let's see if it gets even tighter with this last possession. Curtis Corley now will be the one to start it after the whistle.
It's a long, successful pass for Shawnee.
Now working it in deep now. And a save from D'Alessio.
All right, Jack, not what I expected. I thought Shawnee was going to go for the long, sustained attack.
That usually seems to work for them, but they try to go quick and they end up turning it over. And now Lenape taking that slow approach that we've been talking about, as they'll increase their possession percentage. Now Brunetti trying to dance around the defense here. Good recovery by Montgomery, but it was a little much as they lose it. And Ryan Miller has it for Shawnee.
We're at the 1 minute mark.
Nick Pressler now. Pressler, a pass way over the head of Corley, but he recovers. The pass to Smith now. David Smith gets a look. The pass to Boyle. Flashy no-look pass there. Now DeGenova as the clock winds to 30 seconds. Up. He can't find the ball, but he eventually does.
Yep. We're approaching 20 seconds.
And now racing around is Githens, but he turns the ball over now. It's
Lenape with a great opportunity here. 10 seconds.
8 seconds to go. A rip.
Great defensive play, though.
Excellent defense. And the ball will be up in the air as the clock winds down to 0. That goal will be no good as it went off after the whistle was blown. So the score after 2 quarters of lacrosse is Lenape 2 and the Renegades 2 as well. So a very explosive 2 quarters on offense. And there's our score after 1 half. But we've got another half waiting for you right here on LDTV Sports. It's the Shawnee Renegades 2 and the Lenape Indians 2. We'll be right back.
Today's game on LDTV Sports, sponsored by Deborah. For care that's extraordinary, demanddeborah.org. Cherry Hill Nissan, home of the friendly Nissan Giant. On the web at cherryhillnissan.com. Philadelphia Wholesale Produce Market. All the best, all right here. 215-336-3003. Or on the web at www.pwpm.net. Comegno Law Group, specializing in general and special education law, representing individuals, families, public boards of education, and independent schools. 888-313-IDEA or ComegnoLaw.com.
Wilmore School of Gymnastics, where every child is special. In Mount Laurel, 856-234-5292. And in Medford, 609-654-9337. Medford Village Car Care, serving the area's car care needs for 30 years. Located at 11 North Main Street in Medford, 609-654-4023.
For information on how your business can become a sponsor of LDTV Sports, contact Joe Malagrana, LDTV Underwriting Manager, at 609-268-2000, extension 8680, or by email jmalagrana@lrhsd.org.
As part of its commitment to providing unlimited educational opportunities, the Lenape Regional High School District is proud to announce an outstanding method for our students to earn high school credits while serving their communities. Through the district's innovative Option 2 program, students can now earn 5 elective credits for successful completion of the 120-hour Emergency Medical Technician Basic course in order to gain their EMT certification. The U.S. Department of Transportation approved course, which is offered at a number of local venues, provides thorough instruction on patient assessment and the administration of basic life support. Students will use their certification to volunteer with their local emergency medical services squad and will also discover possible career opportunities in the field of medicine. Students who use their EMT certification to volunteer at a local emergency squad can also earn 5 additional credits for 180 hours of service. More information about the EMT for Credit program can be found on the district website at www.lrhsd.org, through your high school's counseling center, or on your school's website.
Welcome back to the home of the Indians, Lenape High School, where we just witnessed 2 quarters of lacrosse and 2 more to go. The score is 2 Shawnee and 2 Lenape. All tied up, all knotted up, all where we started here at the home of the Indians.
Well.
At the start of the 3rd quarter, it's 2-2. And now it's time for our AXA Equitable Sideline Report with John Conlow. He's got an interview standing by, but AXA Equitable has been providing millions of customers with life insurance, annuities, and other needs-based products since 1859. AXA Equitable, be life confident. That number is 732-452-7275. Now here's John Conlow. John?
Thanks, guys. I'm with Shawnee head coach Eric Stilley. So, Coach, you have had great offense and defense last half. What was the strategy to doing so good this last half?
With the last half, we were trying to, defensively, we were trying to get in the hole to make sure we're protecting the middle of the field. That's where most goals are coming from. Offensively, we're just trying to kind of create motion, get their defense moving, so we can kind of open up our shots. So, for the next half.
What do you plan on doing better for next half?
For the next half, we have to do a better job of finishing on cage, putting our shots in the spots that are going to make it count. Defensively, we got to win the ground balls in the defensive end. That'll help us out big time in the second half.
All right. Thank you and good luck for next half. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, John, and thank you very much to Shawnee's head coach, who has a record of 20-3 in his career. Nothing to scoff at there. Excellent career record.
Absolutely, certainly a charmed start for Coach Stilley, and doing another good job here early in the season.
Put 12 minutes on the clock for this third quarter, and we are underway.
And again, it'll be Gaffney winning the faceoff. And Jack, I'm just so impressed with his ability to come away with this ball time and time again.
Excellent job fighting for that ball. And it's the reason why, well, part of the reason why Lenape is tied up in this game. Now Brunetti's got it. We've seen Lenape do this multiple times, and it's led to them coming back to tie this one up. And it seemed like Shawnee was dominating the game in the first quarter and part of the second, and Lenape just came storming back.
Yeah, they did a good job. And both teams, both very, very good teams. Two of the top best in South Jersey, no doubt. And they're showing it today. Well coached, organized, and tremendous athletes.
Fain's got it now. And Connor Wolf ends up with it. Now Wolf moves it on in. The one-timer! They score!
That's another crease violation, I believe.
Well, the first referee indicated a goal, and I believe another indicated no goal. So, a little confusion occurring there. Now trying to pick up the ground ball. They've got it. Shawnee eventually comes away with it here. And now charging up the open lane. He'll end up passing.
Yeah, that's a long stickman. He's not typically up in the other end, but he did a real good job starting that attack there for Shawnee. That was Nick Pressler.
So it seems like the crease violation bug bites Lenape as it did to Shawnee in the first half. And now slowing it down is Lenape. Matt Smith now. Montgomery with it, and now it's Wolf. Stays on his feet. And now it's Alfinito. He scored the goal that made it 2-2. 1-2, I believe, actually.
Yes, he put him on the board when it was 2-0 and made it 2-1.
Tries to do it again, but it goes wide.
With the goal that we later saw off the helmet face mask of Miller, the goalkeeper for Shawnee.
And now it's Alfinito. Alfinito to Smith. Now
there
a big
it is.
Score from Anthony Brunetti, his second of the game. An easy one-time goal. He made it look really easy there.
Well, Brunetti was just waiting, and it's one of those moments where he didn't want to draw too much attention to himself, but he was hoping his teammates saw him, and his teammates sure did. Nobody in blue saw him on the weak side.
And now let's take a look at our Cherry Hill Nissan replay and take a look at that one again on the web at www.cherryhillnissan.com. And now we see powering through the zone. Staying with it the whole time was Brunetti, though.
Yeah, and certainly not taking anything away from Brunetti. He was in the right spot, but boy, the assist on that goal certainly did the job. And Brunetti just showing patience, holding his position.
Brunetti's 13th of the season, as Lenape has scored 3 unanswered goals. Now David Smith looks to put Shawnee back on the board, but the shot goes wide.
That's a great attempt by Smith, and that's what great players do. They make an impact for their whole team, and David Smith came right back with a real good opportunity.
Shroud with it, he passes out to Githens. Githens a big rip, and it's out of bounds.
Yeah, you gotta like Githens. He's not shy. He gets the ball and he wants to run, he wants to go, he wants to attack the goal.
And now working it on in, the shot! And a save by D'Alessio as he is there to collect.
D'Alessio, a nice job getting the foot on the ball. It's good movement by Lenape to transition out of the defensive end. And we got something going right here.
Montgomery moves in, the shot! I believe it was off the side, and Miller's got it.
Miller did an exceptional job there, holding his position, making the initial save, and then adjusting to the other side.
After strong defense from Brunetti, it's Curtis Corley who brings it down, and a turnover. Now Triber's got it.
Oh, well done by Triber.
Good job of racing around the defense and staying with it. It's Brunetti now. He passes to Liam Baker. Now Wolf gives it to Smith. Now putting pressure on is Smith. And he passes out to Brunetti. Brunetti for Fayen, though, and Fayen will take it out to the top of the key. Now Baker. Baker looks to move on in. The shot, and it goes wide. Oh, and it ends up on the stick. A score! Nice. That's a hat trick for Anthony Brunetti. 3 goals, 4 unanswered for Lenape. You better believe it.
That's great movement by Brunetti on this goal, cutting through and receiving and shooting in one motion.
And now let's take a look at our Cherry Hill Nissan replay of this past goal. The initial shot that was on the ground by Baker, and now Montgomery works it around and it ends up in the back of the net on account of Anthony Brunetti.
And once again, it is not Gaffney. Oh, it's still up for grabs.
Still out there. Oh my gosh.
And a well fought, and still being fought. And it's going to go to Lenape.
Oh my goodness. Great job to stay with it the whole time. And now Sam, Lenape has a 4-2 lead, doubling Shawnee's tally with 4 unanswered goals.
Yeah, well now it's Lenape that needs to get a little momentum switch into this game. And they need to start with a defensive stand and an attack of their own.
Alfinito now. Brunetti to give to Montgomery. Passing it around now. Just under 5 minutes to go now in this third quarter, and we've seen Lenape completely dominated on offense as they've scored 2. And now a big steal here from Curtis Corley.
Well, that is the stand that Shawnee needed. Now they have numbers even now.
Now Warren, the shot, and a save from D'Alessio, standing tall in goal.
D'Alessio's had a good day today, Jack. And that was a big, big moment for him.
Now looking for another one-time chance was Brunetti to Wolf. Oh, and the Shawnee crowd doesn't like that no call there. And now, Lenape's got it again. Now a rip. Ends up way behind.
Yeah, Miller does a good job there in goal.
Now with it is Zach Yaffa. He'll get it again from Alfinito. Yaffa loses it, picks it back up. Heavy Shawnee defense now. And it'll stay in Lenape's offensive zone on account of the push. Now the pass to Baker. Baker charges
down
on
his
in.
Man. And a good attempt. He got his man on his hip and he blew by. And now it's Lenape that can practice patience, although
a big move
in
from Brunetti, and he scores yet again. 5 unanswered goals from Lenape, 4 of them from Anthony Brunetti. A flashy move to get it in there, way past Miller, and Lenape has now come out to dominate this game 5-2 on their home turf.
Well, big Anthony Brunetti certainly making a statement in this game. And boy, that one was all him. But again, I'm repeating myself, Jack, it all starts right here at the face-off. And guess who?
Connor Gaffney again. Big face-off win, and Lenape goes back to work on offense.
Push him out!
And now a whistle. And I'm not exactly sure
A
what.
little confusion, yeah.
A couple new faces trot out for Lenape, but not exactly sure what the whistle was for there. I think Lenape's still going to have the ball, though, with 3 minutes and 19 seconds to go.
It'll be Anthony Brunetti.
Alfinito for Wolf. Wolf works it around to Montgomery. Montgomery back to Wolf. Wolf charging on through. Looks to take the shot, but loses it on account of the Shawnee defense, and now charging back up with it is Pressler. Pressler, the pass to Giffens. Jack Tyrell now. For Stroud. Back to Tyrell. Stephen Boyle. Boyle gets it again. And he'll look to work it in deep. The pass to Smith. Smith, a no-look pass to Giffens, and now Giffens has got it again. Smith again. Shawnee works it around, being patient on offense here. not trying to make any sudden moves. Now Githens moves on in, the shot, and it's off the side of the net. D'Alessio's got it on his stick.
Very good attempt by Githens, and again, it's D'Alessio with the big save for Lenape. And we're under 2 minutes. I'm sure Lenape would love to end this half on the attack, and it's not looking good right now as Shawnee comes up with a great defensive play.
Huge defensive press, and Matt Smith couldn't get it away.
And Eric Stilley wants a timeout.
So a timeout called with 1:35 to go. 5-2 now. Lenape takes the lead, scoring 3 goals. And here is the very latest with our Cherry Hill Nissan replay on the web at www.cherryhillnissan.com. Ooh. Faked left, then went right. And right in the back of the net.
Wow, that was great balance and agility and poise in front of the goal.
So Lenape scores 3 goals this quarter, and unless Shawnee has an answer, it's looking like Lenape's game thus far.
At this point, momentum has certainly switched. Big possession coming up for Shawnee.
And the Renegades really can build some momentum for themselves going into the final quarter of regulation. And now Lenape concludes their huddle. They're ready to get into action. And a couple of words for Shawnee before they go out. So a minute and a half, just over a minute and a half to go. It'll be interesting to see what Shawnee tries to pull together. And just looking at Shawnee right now, lots of talent to go around. They've got 10 college commits currently on the team. Stephen Boyle to the University of Hartford, Curtis Corley at the University of Maryland, Nick Pressler to Delaware, David Smith to Virginia, Jack Tyrell to University of Tampa, Jack Warren to Hamilton College, Jason Plazer to Widener University, Mike Shinsky to Penn State, Dan Wigley to Loyola, and Brett Funk to Penn State. That's a lot of talent.
That is a ridiculously impressive list. Let me tell you, congratulations to all of those athletes and the Shawnee program.
And they look to build momentum here. Smith tries to rip it, but good defense from Lenape. And a big check delivered on Stroud. And that will knock the ball loose, and Mercado's got it now.
And we're under a minute.
Now moving it around is Lenape. Dawning on 30 seconds now. It's Matt Smith. The pass to Fayen.
So we're inside 20 seconds.
And now Wolf lost the ball there for a second.
We're under 10.
Does Shawnee have time to get a shot off after that defensive play by Dunlap? I'm not really thinking so, as time winds down to 0. And 3 quarters of lacrosse are in the books. 5-2 is the score after 3 quarters, and Lenape has really come out and shown a dominant offensive performance.
Well, they did a wonderful job, and it was a great team effort. Although Brunetti got the goals, they were team effort goals for the most part.
And when we take a look at all of those plays, we see the excellent assists, great passing talent with this Lenape squad.
Yeah, their chemistry was just fantastic that quarter, and even to end the second quarter.
And there's our score after 3 quarters. The Lenape Indians 5 and the Shawnee Renegades 2. First, when we started off this game, it looked like Shawnee was really in the driver's seat. They started out 2-0, and now Lenape has doubled that lead, +1 with 5 goals unanswered. What do you attribute to that?
I'll tell you, momentum, sports psychology is a crazy thing, but I still point to that goal when it was 2-1. And boy, is Shawnee going to get one to extend their lead, or is Lenape going to get one to tie the game? And when they tied the game, you just saw a different look Shawnee from there and a different look Lenape on a more positive side. Lenape got their confidence. And again, this game is far from over. This thing could tilt the other way in a hurry in this game of lacrosse.
And now the opening face-off of the 4th and final quarter of regulation lacrosse will show Smith and Gaffney again. Both players kneel down. The ball is down, the whistle blows, and they're off. It's Gaffney again with an excellent face-off win. The defensive pressure is strong though, but Gaffney wheels on in. Moving, the shot!
What
and it goes over.
Opportunity for Gaffney, and just misshoots it.
And Montgomery almost had it on the recovery, but not to be. Oh, and tripped down. I believe that's Max Buska of Shawnee, and the violation will be on Montgomery.
That's most likely going to be a 1 minute, I believe. So Shawnee will have numbers up, and I know that's not what Coach Sutphin wanted from his Lenape team coming into this 4th quarter, is to play a man down for the first minute or so.
But it's certainly what Shawnee wants, as they'll work with the man advantage. Starting off is Corley. They'll work it around, and now Githens has it. Throwing it out to Boyle, who has been very strong this game so far. Smith, the shot, he scores. He walks away like it was nothing to it.
Yeah, Smith made that one look easy. And that's the momentum switches we're talking about. We'll see what Lenape answers with here.
He sneaks it in on the bottom left-hand corner, past D'Alessio, and the score just 45 seconds in to the 4th quarter is now 5-3. I know the face-off batted away by Gaffney. Will he win it? No, he won't. It's Shawnee ball. Corley's got it now. He'll move it on down. It's even strength lacrosse now. The pass to Pressler. Now Boyle will get it around, and it eventually is back with Corley. He passes to Githens. Now Smith has got it. The goal scorer.
That's a good move by Smith, but way off target there.
Maybe gripping the stick a little too tight, getting a little anxious there in this 2-goal game.
Yeah, it was a great approach on goal, and he's just a talented young man and needs to be watched at all times by Lenape.
Now Boyle. He'll work it around Lenape's defense.
Smith.
Good pass there and a shot. It deflects away behind the net.
D'Alessio did a good job protecting his goal.
And now a bounce shot, scores! And just like that, David Smith has made this a one-goal game. And let's take a look at it again. Cherry Hill Nissan on the web at www.cherryhillnissan.com. Here's our replay. And we see Githens give the pass to Smith, and I'm not sure D'Alessio was ready for that. He expected more of a corner snipe, and it was on the ground. Excellent shot nonetheless. And now checked hard. Shawnee looks to get back into this one. And just when we thought Lenape was in the driving seat of this game, it's magically 5-4 now.
Yeah, and again, like we talked about sports psychology, momentum. Lenape is on that last possession, last couple are playing like a team that's losing instead of, okay, we're still up a goal, boys. Let's keep our heads about us.
And they've really got to be confident, continue the confidence that they'd had in the late second and the early third quarters.
I believe it'll be Lenape ball coming in. I believe that was a Lenape timeout. I think Coach Sutphin, when he saw them get possession, said, let's get a timeout, and I'm sure he's having a talk with them just about what we're talking about.
The Indians and the Renegades with a strong show so far. And now let's take a look once again at our Cherry Hill Nissan replay. And this was the first goal from Smith in this quarter. Githens to Smith again. That's sort of been the power combo of this Shawnee offense. Alvanito. And now Lenape will wait to get this started on offense. And now Brunetti. Brunetti with a big shot, it goes wide. And now Montgomery will start out with it for the Indians.
That's a good opportunity taken by Brunetti. He recognized that even with a miss, they were going to regain possession because of the deep player they have behind the goal. So he had a free one.
Now the shot by Smith deflected off, and now Miller will take it.
That was a great save by Miller, good reaction save.
Under 9 minutes to go now.
That's a great outlet pass.
And now the Renegades will set up shop on offense, looking to tie this one up. And if you're Shawnee, you're really thinking, well, this game was ours to begin with. Let's make it ours to end with.
Yeah, I think Shawnee's playing with a lot of confidence right now.
Now motoring on through is Smith, who has 2 in this quarter. Githens now. Tyrell has it again, the pass to Smith. Smith holds, pivots, trying to move past that Lenape wall.
Smith wants to go right, and he does. Gets off a shot, but it's Lenape first to the end line.
So the Indians with possession now. Walking out with it is Manny D'Alessio. And now trying to handle it there was Triber.
Lenape will retain possession.
Brunetti. He'll move it on in the shot. A save this time from Miller. And now rushing down is Pressler. The pass to Githens. Shawnee wants to tie this one up. Could this be the chance that does it? Oh, and a turnover here. It's in the patch of Hughes. Could it be knocked away, though? Hughes trying to scoop it up again, but the whistle now. And it's Shawnee possession. Another whistle.
It's going to be Lenape ball. Great defensive effort by Lenape there. And they get a timeout.
They're really going to want to cushion this lead now because it's only one, and if you let that one sneak by for Shawnee, then it's overtime. Well, it could be overtime, really.
Well, this is one of those moments in sport, right, Jack?
With a game like this, I wouldn't be surprised if it was overtime. And now we take a look at our Cherry Hill Nissan replay of this pass save by Shawnee's Ryan Miller. Reaches up to block it and then makes the save.
Good job by Miller.
So we've seen this 0-2 game turn into a 2-2 game, and then into a 5-2 game, and now it's 5-4.
Suddenly 5-4. Ebbs and flows, and again, I can't say enough. Two very, very good high school teams, two of the best.
And the fact that this is an inter-district rivalry game really has turned the octane way up in terms of the checking, the aggressiveness on defense.
There's no doubt there's familiarity out there, and that's a good thing, but they want to win. They want to win for bragging rights.
And we're almost ready to get this possession started with 6 minutes and 37 seconds to go in regulation time. Now starting back with it is Smith. Trying to race up the right side with it. But it ends up being a passing play. Now it's Githens. Throws it out to Stroud. Stroud hit hard. Still finds a way to pass it, though. As Tyrell. Tyrell, the shot! And it's wide to the right.
So backed up nicely by Shawnee, so they regain possession. Stephen Boyle.
So the Renegades start up on offense again. It's Smith. David Smith holds on to it. The pass to Githens. Shawnee doing well for themselves on offense this quarter. Let's see if it continues. As trotting all the way out to take it is Tyrell. Jack Tyrell, the pass to Smith, who shoots. And it's on the ground and way behind the net.
Again, it's D'Alessio standing tall in goal, and it's Shawnee backing up the play to retain possession.
Five and a quarter minutes to go. Shawnee digs back in on offense. And now it's over the head of Smith, but he's going to scoop up the ground ball, though. Oh, and the Shawnee crowd doesn't like the no call for the hold. But Shawnee still got it now.
Pass.
A shot scores! What a big score there. That is the tying goal, ladies and gentlemen. 5-5 is what it all comes down to. Less than 5 minutes to go. The Renegades are way back in this one.
With a penalty on the play to boot.
And the Renegades start out this possession on the power play.
Yeah, so not only the goal, but to add insult to injury for Lenape is the penalty. Huge face-off here for Gaffney.
Now digging at it, it's Gaffney. Now hacked away. It's Shawnee possession now. Corley's got it. Curtis Corley launches it for Smith. Now a wide shot ends up being a pass. Now Stroud faked the shot, and Smith was going to launch it, but it shoots way up in the air, and now it's Boyle. And now Lenape takes the ball back.
Lenape needs to kill this penalty. They can't retain the possession.
And Mercado hacking
And
away
they
at
get
it.
it back. Oy.
Connor Wolf. Oh, and now the Renegades end up with it. Trying to move back on defense now is Lenape. And now it's Tyrell. The shot, a save by D'Alessio.
We're inside 4 minutes. We are tied up. What a game. Oh, and that's just an unfortunate turnover there for Lenape.
And it's Boyle now. David Smith again. Now trying to move around the Lenape defense. He loses the ball.
Somehow still retains
Oh my goodness.
possession.
What skill shown there. Now Mike Githens trying to get the shot off. Can't do it though. Now a big rip by Stroud. Oh, and a hit by Githens I saw, and a Lenape player is down on the ground. I believe it's Matt Smith. It was a hit by Githens that sent him to the ground. No call, no flag. And now let's take a look back at this one. We see the rip from Stroud. And then in the corner of our screen here, we see Githens hit Smith. Absolutely nothing from the refs, though.
Let's go, Blue!
And now Smith comes off. And now Shawnee gets back to work on offense. It's Smith now. Now Shawnee works it around. We're inside 3 minutes.
Back up the shot!
Now Githens. The pass to Smith. The shot! And it goes wide. Now Boyle sends it all the way
That's a
down.
big turnover there,
Oof, out of bounds.
unfortunately.
And that's difficult if you're Shawnee.
Yeah, an unforced error, and Coach Stilley needs to just regroup. But Lenape repays the favor.
As they send that one out of bounds. Connor Wolf couldn't grab it. Now Corley has it. 1:50 to go. As Corley works it on in. And now turned over. It's Alfinito with it now. Vinny Alfinito, the pass to Wolf. Now they'll work it around behind.
Idea.
Now it's a race for the ball. And it will be won by Alfinito. Oh, but he loses his stick. And it's going to be a timeout.
A wise timeout by Coach Sutphin. A veteran move.
40 yards from the ball.
Very good. He saw there wasn't really much of an outlet for Alfinito and called the timeout, especially this dire, this late in the game. We can see if Lenape will devise a strategy to win this game.
Yeah, that was a good timeout. You could probably expect the same from Coach Stilley if they get possession back, unless it's a numbers up transition opportunity.
So it's 1:23 to go in regulation time, and we very well may see overtime. And 1:23. That's really not a lot of time, especially when you consider the scope of this Lenape offense, the way they like to work the ball around.
Let's go, Blue!
And now, Matt Smith with it now. He's appearing to be a bit better. And he'll start it off.
Good to see him back. You don't want to see any athletes hurt.
And now wheeling around is Matt Smith. And it's Tim Montgomery. Liam Baker. The pass to Brunetti, it's on the ground. And who has it? It's Shawnee.
Shawnee indeed, with a big outlet pass.
Oof. Taking it right back though is Lenape's Krasnodomski. It's in the air once more. And it's out of bounds.
That's going to be Lenape ball inside a minute, about 47 seconds remaining. What a battle by both teams.
It really is, Sam. And Lenape has 3/4 of a minute to devise something here. It's Mercado. The pass to Fayen. He's heavily defended, but he moves past and a whistle. Not exactly sure what the call was.
I missed the call, but it's in favor of the Renegades.
Might have been offsides.
Shawnee.
Now Miller will play up. And Corley will pass to Stroud.
We're at 20 seconds.
Can we see some late game heroics here? Shawnee works it around.
We're at 10.
And now Smith, the shot, he scores! He scores! David Smith scores! Can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? David Smith, the ground ball shot. It's 6-5 Shawnee with under 10 seconds to go. Can you believe it, Sam?
Wow, what an exclamation point on a already terrific game.
Wow. Shawnee took the game in the first quarter, lost it in the second and third, and took it right back in the fourth.
Talking 4 unanswered.
And now we take a look at our Cherry Hill Nissan replay.
That's about going to do it, Jack.
As we take a look at an excellent clutch play. And with 7 seconds gone on the clock, it winds down to 0, and the Shawnee Renegades have won this game. What a battle it was for both squads.
I'll tell you, what a game. What a game, what a game. You know, a high school match, but a high level. We talked about those ebbs and flows and the edges and who has momentum, and both teams shared it at different times. And fortunately for Shawnee, they got it at the end, and unfortunately for Lenape, they did not have it at the end. But hats off to both teams.
And we're going to take a look at another Cherry Hill Nissan replay of David Smith's goal. The senior midfielder, who we've seen a lot of this game, takes one from about the middle of the zone, and it finds its way into the net. A heartbreaker for Lenape, but a huge win for Shawnee. So here at Richard M. Driscoll Stadium, here at Lenape High School, we saw the momentum shift, we saw the moods shift, but finally it is the Renegades to take this one in a 6-5 fashion.
Yeah, and everything about it was exemplary. You know, both teams, both coaching staffs just handled themselves very, very well. And yeah, heartbreaker for Lenape, but they're a strong veteran team. They're going to come back. And for Shawnee, that's something really to build on. That's a big win for them.
And that's our final score here at Lenape High School. The 5th-ranked Lenape Indians dropped to 4-2, and the Shawnee Renegades improved to 4-1. The score 6-5, but don't go away. We'll be right back with our play and player of the game.
Today's game on LDTV Sports, sponsored by Deborah. For care that's extraordinary, demanddeborah.org. Cherry Hill Nissan, home of the friendly Nissan giant. On the web at cherryhillnissan.com. Philadelphia Wholesale Produce Market. All the best, all right here. 215-336-3003. Or on the web at www.pwpm.net. Comegno Law Group, specializing in general and special education law, representing individuals, families, public boards of education, and independent schools. 888-313-IDEA or ComegnoLaw.com.
Wilmore School of Gymnastics, where every child is special. In Mount Laurel, 856-234-5292. And in Medford, 609-654-9337. Medford Village Car Care, serving the area's car care needs for 30 years. Located at 11 North Main Street in Medford. 609-654-4023.
For information on how your business can become a sponsor of LDTV Sports, contact Joe Malagrana, LDTV Underwriting Manager, at 609-268-2000, extension 8680, or by email jmalagrana@lrhsd.org.
The Genesis Student Information System is a web-based student record application used by the Lenape Regional High School District to manage student data for all 4 of the district's high schools. District parents also have the ability to view their students' data by accessing the web-based Genesis Parent module. Parents of Lenape District students received a letter informing them about the Genesis Parent module along with a username and password for accessing their students' data. Parents with more than one student in the district can select which students' records they want to view once they log into the system. Please note that to ensure privacy, students are provided with their own login that allows them access to their records only. There are several ways for parents to access the Genesis Parent Module website. Visit any of the Lenape District's homepages and click on Student Grades on the right-hand side of the page. Parents can also go to the page directly at parents.lrhsd.org. The main page will ask for the username and password provided by the Lenape District. Once you have entered the correct username and password, click the Login button. You will be taken to the Genesis Parent Module homepage entitled Parent Resources. The Summary tab will allow you to view your students' schedule and where they are currently during the school day. Parents will also be able to see attendance and assignments for the week. By clicking on the Attendance tab, you can see a monthly breakdown of your students' attendance during the school year. The grading section shows your student's report card for each marking period and the final grade. The Discipline tab details your child's disciplinary record for that year. You can view the date and time an incident occurred, a description of the incident, and what administrative action was taken. In the gradebook, you can view your students' assignments each week under the Weekly Summary tab, or search for a particular assignment under the List Assignments tab. And by clicking on a red pushpin next to an assignment, you can read the teacher's comment on that individual task. The gradebook also enables you to check your child's average during the marking period. To access your student's Genesis page, visit the district website at www.lrhsd.org and click on Student Grades. The Genesis Parent Module is the easiest and most powerful way to keep in touch with your child's educational progress in the Lenape Regional High School District.
Welcome back to the home of the Indians, where we just witnessed the Shawnee Renegades defeat the Lenape Indians in varsity boys lacrosse action. And it really was a thrilling, excellent game. The Indians drop to 4-2 and the Renegades improve to 4-1. And now it's time to take it to our Reconstructive Orthopedics Player of the Game, featuring John Conlow with our player 1-800-896-RECON or www.reconstructiveortho.com. Now here's John with David Smith.
Thanks, guys. I'm with the player of the game, David Smith. So with all your success this game, do you think you'll be able to, what was your feeling on scoring 3 goals today?
We just got down late in the second half, and we needed to step it up. Hopefully I can step it up on the face-off X next time, but scoring the goals, it just needed to happen. It just ended up the balls in my stick. Anybody would have done it.
Do you think you can bring this success into next game?
Yeah, I think we can carry it on. As a team, we just need to maintain that intensity that we have in the second half and the fourth quarter of that game, so we just got to carry it on to the rest of the season.
All right, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, John, and thank you, David, and congratulations to the Shawnee Renegades for defeating the Lenape Indians on Lenape's home turf. 3 goals in the fourth quarter for David Smith. An excellent show for him.
David's a great player, and he certainly shined at the end.
And now it's time to take it to our All-State You're in Good Hands play of the game, sponsored by Michael McDyer, CLTC. That number 609-654-1426 or Michael McDyer at allstate.com. Many good plays in this game. Let's see what our play of the game is. And I believe it was that final goal, the game winner off of the stick of David Smith, creeped by Manny D'Alessio and won the game for Shawnee. And that's seriously a clutch goal.
Yeah, it was. Big players step up in big moments, and not to sound like a big cliche, but David certainly did that.
And now the crew that made this LDTV Sports broadcast possible: Tyler Schlondorn, Matthew Darengowski, Maxwell Bass, Lindsey Cook, Scott Buck, and our Option 2 students Adam Darengowski, Kristen Petoskey, and Melissa Cheeseman. And our sideline reporter John Conlow. And for Sam Myra and Jack Watson, myself, the Shawnee Renegades defeat the Lenape Indians 6-5. And that's all she wrote here at Lenape High School. And if you'd like to catch our next game here on LDTV Sports, it's going to be the Lenape Indians at the Shawnee Renegades in varsity girls lacrosse action. For a full schedule of all of our broadcasts, please visit www.lrhsd.org/LDTV. And if you'd like to purchase a copy of this Shawnee Renegades versus Lenape Indians boys varsity lacrosse game, please visit www.lrhsd.org/LDTV copies. After 4 riveting quarters of lacrosse, the final score is Shawnee 6, Lenape 5, and that's all she wrote here at Lenape High School. For Sam, John, and everyone here at LDTV Sports, I'm Jack Watson. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
This program was produced by Lenape District Television.
Do you have a plan to increase security in places like that?
The district has up-to-date and well-tested emergency response plans